I welcome you. I'm Deacon Ogezi Novert of the Congregation of Holy Cross, serving with Holy Cross Family Ministries for Portrum. I would like to share with you about the blessing or the keeping safety. May the Lord bless you and keep you throughout this year. When we talk about blessing, it's the state of being happy, the state of being joyful, state of being happy and peaceful, without being interrupted, being satisfied in God. When we talk about safety or keeping you, we mean the safety we receive from God, from the enemies of this world. Of course, when we are talking about the enemies of this world, maybe we can talk about Satan and its all activities. We have been kept from evil and we are safe. Being holy or made holy, God has consecrated every human being from birth because He made us. Being in the position of receiving God's favor or help, it means God is at work in us, in our community, and we have been blessed and we have been kept safe. At a certain point, you have been blessed. But how did you receive it? Was it a self-qualification, or you acknowledge that this blessing came from God? At a certain point, you have been kept safe, sheltered from evil. But how did you take it? How was it? Was it because you understood it as self-wisdom, that I was being able to acknowledge and understand that this brings destruction and I avoided it? No, it couldn't be that. But there was God's work in us. God's work was at hand in us, and we have been able to receive all these. So when we are talking about the blessedness, God has favored each one of us and has blessed us and has kept us safe. Our takeaway is, how do we repay back that blessedness, that favor we have received from God? When you receive a favor, I think it is better also to return the favor to people around us, people in our communities, people around us, people at our job, people in our workplaces, people we lead, and people that we work with. Because you may not see God to return favor to Him, but the people around us communicate a lot that we can return goodness to them or to God through them. Israelites, being blessed, being chosen race, at a certain point they glorified themselves because of the achievement that God had done for them. Maybe they attributed to themselves. And when they did that, they really removed God from their lives and things backfired. But those who returned back to God and acknowledged Him as the sole provider of everything, they were blessed and they were kept safe. And those who did contrary, they were destroyed and they suffered misery. As we continue being blessed in this year, let us think about God's patience, God's faithfulness, God's order, God's holiness, God's promise, that we may not be able to be disobedient to God and lose that blessedness we have received from God. It is a favor to us. It is a safety to us from God. But we are requested to return something back to God in thanksgiving, in acknowledging that our blessedness was not out of our own efforts, but God was in them, so that we may be able to receive continually the blessing and safety from God, the divine master of our lives. I continue encouraging each one of us, let this blessedness, the state of receiving happiness, joy and peace and love, be something we return by thanking God, by acknowledging Him that is the divine and sole provider of our lives. The family that prays together stays together. I remain Ogezi Novert of the Congregation of Holy Cross.